25th, 1885, 123 years and 1 day ago, the first train of the San Joaquin and Sierra Nevada Railroad pulled into Valley Springs. Today, for the first time, we're celebrating that event at the historic Valley Springs Train Depot. When the train steamed into town, there was only a canvas tent here. But by the end of the year, a depot was built. And at least part of that depot is still here in this building. If you would like to learn more about our railroad, there is a modest photo exhibition and history inside the ice cream depot, including a free brochure. Valley Springs Train Times has been created and produced by the nonprofit Society for the Preservation of West Calaveras History in conjunction with the nonprofit Valley Springs Area Business Association, as well as Mike and Leanne Jurek, owners of the historic Valley Springs Train Depot. If you would like a schedule of today's events, you can pick one up for 25 cents at the Valley Springs News booth. Publishers Nick Baptista and Phip Hale have put together a spectacular commemorative issue of the paper as if we really were in 1885, and today's schedule is inside. But let me tell you a little bit about what will be going on today. At 9:15, we'll have music by the Train Group. The Train Gang. That doesn't make any sense. At 10 o'clock, we'll have a rededication of the state historical landmark near the corner, conducted by the Matuka 1849 chapter of Eclampus Vitus, followed by the unveiling of the new Valley Springs sign on the depot, and then a special salute to the Pioneers presentation. At 11 o'clock, the music will be by acoustic singer-songwriter guitarist Patricia Jackson. At 1 p.m., the music will be provided by Never the Same. Starting at 2 p.m., there will be an old-time ice cream social at the Ice Cream Depot. And if you want a sarsaparilla float, this is your one chance to get one. At 2:30, there will be a reading by Bill Renwick, the great-grandson of the stage driver, on Black Bart's last holdup, which took place in Calaveras County. At 2:45, Glenn Wasson will read his poem about Valley Springs and much more from his new book. Earlier this week, we had a last-minute addition to our musical lineup, and because of that, we were unable to put them on our printed schedule, so we apologize to them for that. But I think you're going to be glad these folks agreed to perform today. Closing the show, starting about 5 p.m., will be blues band, the Paul Wood Express, and Joe Doris. All day, the Toy Train Operating Society's Sacramento Valley Division will run their model railroads at Sheng-Chi Kung Fu and tell you all about the hobby of model railroading. All day, you can also visit the Speeders, the vintage railroad maintenance vehicles brought here by the Recreational Railroad Coalition, and they will be glad to answer your questions about their hobby. All day, you can see vintage photographs of West Calaveras in the Something from Nothing exhibition under the garage covering on the other side of the depot, and free brochures are also available there. If you want one of these wooden train whistles or a child's little engineer kit, they are available at the West Calaveras History booth next to the exhibit. There are also oversized commemorative postcards with watercolors painted by local artists of this train depot. If you want to buy stamps for them and have them canceled with a special pictorial Valley Springs Train Times cancellation by our postmaster, memorabilia collectors should purchase those as soon as possible. There are only 100 cents printed up. And if you want one of those great Valley Springs Train Times t-shirts, please visit the booth with Brian and Renee Harrison right over there. Throughout the day, please support those who support Valley Springs by visiting our booths and also all of the businesses around town, especially those who have put up red, white, and blue bunting, just like folks did in the 1900s when the first train would pull into town. A couple of notes of caution. Please use the crosswalks, particularly the one at the stop sign, and be careful of the traffic if you're crossing the street. Also, we have heard from local law enforcement, there are some ornery characters around these parks that may cause some trouble. They're called the Calaveras Gunfighters, and they have a hankering for robbing train depots. They might even show up here by some chance. Could be maybe high noon, maybe 2 o'clock. So if you see some folks packing 6 shooters and starting to get together, you might want to mosey on over to the other side of the depot to see what's going on. So, let's begin the entertainment led by Mike Jurek. Please welcome the Train Gang.
All right. That ain't no fair, Mikey. will. Well, ain't you worried about getting your nourishment in New York? Well, I don't care if I do, I do, I do, I do. Talk about your traveling. She's the fastest train on the line. And talk about your rambling. She's the fastest train on the line. It's that old Blossom special. And it's rolling down the seaboard line. Woo-hoo!
My name is Sal Manna, and I'm the president and founder of the Society for the Preservation of West Calaveras History. And we're out here today to celebrate Valley Springs Train Times, celebration of our railroad that was here for about 100 years. And we have booths and music and a big community celebration. The first time in Valley Springs, actually, any kind of event like this since the early 1980s. For Valley Springs Train Times, our first event, we actually have 28 booths, and we sold out many weeks ago, and pretty good quality of stuff, and a lot of community groups as well. This is a photo exhibit called Something from Nothing by the Society for the Preservation of West Calaveras History. And this was funded by the Calaveras Community Foundation. And it's all 19th century, early 20th century photographs of the Valley Springs, Burson, Wallace, Paloma, Campo Seco, Jenny Lind area. First exhibition of its kind.
From the Valley Springs News. Hello, my name is Nick Baptista from the Valley Springs News, and to commemorate the anniversary of the train coming to Valley Springs, we published a special edition of the newspaper with all of the world events from 1885, April 25th. We were astounded to find that there was war in Afghanistan, war in Indochina, and that royalty died that day. And we had a lot of fun doing it.
Thank you. We got it. All right. And these are the other co-sponsors.
From the Valley Springs News. Hello, my name is Nick Baptista from the Valley Springs News. And to commemorate the anniversary of the train coming to Valley Springs, we published a special edition of the newspaper with all of the world events from 1885, April 25th. We were astounded to find that there was war in Afghanistan, war in Indochina, and that royalty died that day. And we had a lot of fun doing it.
Good morning, George Nelson, Valley Springs ABA Area Business Association, and we are sponsoring Train Times, the co-sponsor of this, and the Valley Springs ABA sponsors 2 scholarships for the local high school kids, and we sponsor powwow days, or co-sponsor powwow days in Valley Springs, and Children's Days in June, and big other events in fall areas. So we promote area businesses and working together in the community.
Hi, I'm Scott Nielsen. I'm the Noble Grand Humbug of Matuka Chapter, number 1849. We're down here today to help participate in the celebration of the old depot. I've got some brothers down here to take care of this, and we're going to do a little dedication here in a few minutes. We're going to do the Valley Springs Monument dedication, and we're going to have a good time.
I'm a gunfighter. My name is Marshall Two Feathers, and I've been in the movies. What we're doing here is donating our time. We'll have a shootout at high noon and 2 o'clock.
Howdy, partners, and all my friends in Valley Springs. My name is Mike Jurek, and this is my property here with the Old Time Train Depot. And of course, today we're gathering to remember about 100 years ago the train rolled into town, and everybody in town was quite happy that day. As you can see, we've got a lot of people here and a lot of booths and a lot of fun going on. We have quite a bit of entertainment coming on later on today. We have George Haggerty with the Never the Same Band and Paul Woods Blues Breakers. We're quite thrilled to have this happen in our town. It's the first event that's really ever happened here to bring the people in town together. Most everybody here is from town, and there's the Clampers we got over here dedicating their wonderful statue memorial they put up over there. And we have some hot rod fanatics, railroad fanatics. We got some Western shoot 'em uppers going on. It's going to be a good day here in Valley Springs, so I hope you all are having a good time.